Hi everybody, this is the Planet Earth here. So, I found the cure to anxiety disorder, but there is no help for it. So, if you're going to watch this video, you're going to have to sit here for quite a while to understand what mechanisms play into having an anxiety disorder. I am not a doctor, however, after just searching for years on the internet and talking to so many doctors and stuff like this, I found the cure to anxiety disorder, but it's not possible to implement it into the daily life of people unless they can spend a lot of money to find it. So here we go. If you're gonna watch this video, you gotta watch it in full. Don't skip anything, or you will not understand it. Alright, let's do this. So the key main aspects of an anxiety is what happens. Oops, too small. That's somewhat better. Okay, so what is anxiety? Anxiety is a condition where your brain is overstimulated. That's what's happening. Overstimulated. Overstimulated. So, let me give an example of some things that will happen when you're having an anxiety. Just generalized anxiety. It's just worry. I can't shake it, by the way. Worry. What if? So what happens during really bad anxiety disorder? Panic attacks or anxiety attacks, depending on the severity level of your anxiety and how you can cope with it. Now, have you gotten past the health anxiety stage? That's important. Have you got past the health anxiety stage? Because when you start having so many panic attacks and anxiety attacks and chest pain and shortness of breath, you automatically think it's associated with heart disease. You automatically associate it with that automatically, even though it not necessarily be true. You know that the stomach and the heart, or esophagus and the heart, are connected, almost connected. So if you have pain in your esophagus, it could be your heart, or it could be your esophagus. That is why people call 911, 000, 999, 911, or 012. I don't know about all the countries, but I know it's either 000, 999, 911, or 012. I don't know if they use 012 anymore. But this is why people call 911. 000, 999. Because when you're having a panic attack and an anxiety attack, you might hyperventilate. You may hyperventilate. That will cause temp chest pain. That's a problem. But the cure to anxiety is MTHFR and acceptable levels of vitamin D, levels of potassium. That's extremely important. So what is MTHFR, you may ask? MTHFR, lack of folate is what you want to get. Okay, so it says gene provides instructions for making an enzyme called, I'm not saying that. This enzyme plays a role in processing amino acids, the building blocks of proteins. Reductant is important for a chemical reaction involving forms of the folate also called B9. Specifically, this enzyme converts a molecule called 510, not saying that, to a molecule called not saying that. This reaction is required for the multi-step process that converts the amino acid homocysteine, and let's look that up. Let me show you what that homocysteine level and heart disease risk. Now, let me show you this. This is where it gets interesting, guys. Heart disease and homocysteine. I'm probably not saying that right. It's a common amino acid in your blood. You get it mostly from eating meat. High levels of it linked to early development of heart disease. In fact, it has a high risk of heart disease associated with low levels of vitamin B6, B12, and folate, as well as renal disease. Research shown, however, that getting your homocysteine levels of the vitamins doesn't reduce your chance of having heart disease. There is no universal recommendation for checking homocysteine levels. The test is relatively expensive. It's widely available, and insurance rarely covers it. It isn't widely available. It can't have the level be prevented. So, what is homocysteine? We're going to get all technical here. It's an amino acid, okay? Too much of that stuff, you can have anxiety from it too. Now, MTHFR gene 26, MTHFR 26, what is it? Is it C677T? That's the one I have. Alright, so MTHFR mutation basic protocol. I don't think this website's going to help much. Okay, here we go. Polymorphisms, mutations, whatever you want to call them. So, what is MTHFR? MTHFR, folic acid is needed to avoid more seriously by homosexual individuals. So we're going to look that word up so we can learn that word. So we look that up and learn the word. Altered forms of given genes are called alleles, and they can be dominant or recessive. When an individual has two of the same, whether dominant or recessive, they are blank. Blank means having one or two of different genes. So, this gene here, the blood thinning requirement is greater for me. Alright, so listen to this. This is what I'm supposed to follow because I had the 677T MTHFR mutation. It says limit ingested folic acid in fortified foods as you cannot process folic acid very well. Limit or cease taking supplements or drugs with folic acid and talk with your doctor. Acid. Avoid folic acid blocking drugs such as birth control. Avoid drugs with increased, such as nitrous oxide. Avoid antacids. Inform your family members so they can test for the MTHFR mutation. Eliminate gluten from your diet, especially wheat. See, this is where my gluten intolerance comes in. Now, I did have tested it, and I had a gluten response to it. I'm not allergic to gluten, but I had a gluten response to it. This is part of the MTHFR mutation problem, especially the 677T version. Eliminate or reduce dairy from your diet. If you must dairy, use goat milk. I don't know about that, but okay. Limit intake of processed foods. That's kind of hard to do. Increase intake of whole foods and home-prepared meals. I can do that. Eat the rainbow of colors of fruits and vegetables. Castor oil packs over your abdomen daily during times of pain, soreness, and cramps. Limit intake of high methionine-containing foods. Filter chlorine from your drinking water. That is important. That's actually right. You can't have chlorine in your drinking water because it affects the levels of your folate. Drink at least 2 liters of filtered water daily mixed with vitamin C and electrolytes. Eat smaller but more frequent throughout the day for some sort of protein. Limit protein intake to 0.7 grams protein per kilogram of body weight. Remove mercury, amalgams, and root canals with a trained biological dentist. Avoid cooking, drinking, storing, and heating any type of plastic container. I don't know why they're saying this. Use an air purifier in your home. Eliminate carpets from your home and install low-voc wood or tile flooring. Eat grass-fed beef, free-range, hormone-free, and antibiotic-free meats and eggs. Cook with electric stove and oven and remove gas stove and oven. I don't know why. But this is the one that you need. Methylfolate, which is just the body's version of folate. Now, if you actually look this up, methylfolate is the stuff I have to take, even though I don't take it. And without this folate, my body doesn't get the proper folate, so guess what? I get sick. Vitamin C and vitamin D3 is very important. Probiotics is important too to help. Actually, vitamin C helps absorb. I think is it vitamin C that helps absorb folate? I forgot. But this is important, and this is the cure for it. If you have this mutation, you guys should test this. You guys need a doctor who will test for the MTHFR677T mutation. You know what is funny is about this, and it says my medication recommendations based on the MTHFR677T mutation. It says that Xanax is not a good medicine for me, and that Klonopin is not a good medicine for me. That's weird. That's really weird, actually. But Ativan is fine, and so is Valium. It's weird, but that's what they recommend when you have a mutation. Now, this gene affects a lot of people, and they don't know it. And this gene is responsible for your elevated levels of anxiety. And also, anxiety attacks, not necessarily though, but anxiety in general can be elevated just by the MTHFR gene. And I've been trying to tell people this for years, but now that my channel's a little bigger, I can talk about it now. But that's the main reason why people suffer from anxiety, is because of the MTHFR677T gene mutation. There's not enough folate in their diet. There's also a lot of other medical problems that can cause an anxiety disorder, such as diabetes, and some other problems, such as bad immune responses to certain everything. You could be having allergies and have anxiety from the allergies. It's amazing what the body is. But the cure is to stop the worry, stop the overstimulation, and have acceptable levels of sunshine, and have acceptable levels of potassium. Oh yeah. If anemic, and I probably didn't spell that right, get iron. Holy shit, that's so important. But this is the cure to anxiety disorder, by the way, is folate. Just, I didn't even spell heart right. Jesus Christ. Wow, I didn't notice that. I didn't spell hyperventilate right either. My spelling is not very good. Okay, so oh, and guys, if you guys figure out what address I'm about to tell you here, if you guys can figure out something for me, if you guys can take the time to look across this map, just the lower 48, no Mexico, no Canada. If you guys can figure out exactly where I lived in California, you don't have to say Marina Del Rey, because everybody knows that. But if you can tell me exactly where I lived in California, the address of where I lived, I will give you nothing. No, but seriously, if you can figure out where my family lived in Boulder City, Nevada, I'll give you a hint. S. And I won't say anything else. If you can give me the exact address of S, and it could be meaning anything, but it is in Boulder City, Nevada. If you guys can figure out where I lived, where my family lived in Boulder City, Nevada, I'm just going to give you an S as an example. You have to give me the exact address. Just S. I'm not going to say anything else. There's not too many S's, and by the way, the S does not start with the letter or number. So it could be in the park, street. It could be street. So it could be anywhere here in Boulder City. Now it won't be around here though. I'll give you a hint. It won't be around there, and it won't be around here. That's all I'm giving you, nothing else. Figure it out. Thank you guys for watching.